Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day 22 of our How to Read Quran series, a program on the Quranology Institute's YouTube channel. Today's episode is titled Meeting Allah Through Quran. And as my Quran discussion partner Hind said, this episode will sound a lot more Sufi than the previous episodes. And I think she has a point there. But as we say, when we talk about meeting Allah, obviously we're not talking about Allah manifesting in the flesh. That's blasphemous in Islam anyway. We're not talking about some kind of magical connection you have where God speaks in your head or anything funny like that. No, this has nothing to do with that. This is rather an enhanced awareness of Allah, of God in your life. And in my opinion, this is the purpose of Quran. The purpose of Quran is to provide a launch pad for you to bring in this divine consciousness into your life. And as you do that, God reveals to you sign after sign. So it is an actually organic process. It requires the reader's interaction. And I have said, I think several times in this series, Quran is not simply a conceptual book. It provides concepts, but it requires the reader to interact with its ideas before he can experience any effect. So what are the verses which point to this meeting Allah? In Arabic, liqa Allah. I have two examples today. The first is chapter 10, verse 15, which says, وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا بَيِّنَاتٍ. And when you rehearse or reflect or recite to them our clear signs. قَالَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَرْجُنَا لِقَائِنَا. Those who do not tend towards the meeting with Allah or the meeting with us, as in God is speaking in the first person, they say, أَأْتِي بِقُرْآنٍ غَيْرِ هَذَا. Bring us a Quran other than this. أَوْ بَدِّلْهُ. Or change this. So the reader is providing the Quran and its teachings, but these people, they do not want to meet Allah. And they say, bring us a Quran other than this or change it. Now what does this mean? This means that if you are reading Quran correctly, because it's ayatuna bayyinat, our clarifying signs, not clear, sorry, our clarifying signs, then these people would be affected by it. They're not going to say, can you please provide further explanation? No, they don't need that. It's clear enough. And it's clear that they need to change their lives, but they do not want that meeting with Allah. Hence they say, bring us a Quran other than this. So they may say, okay, you know what? I think I prefer other kinds of teachings. For example, they may think, oh, okay, I believe that if I recite this verse so and so, I can obtain heaven. That's people who don't want the meeting with Allah. They don't want to bring Allah in their lives. Oh, another thing I should mention, that this meeting Allah is not something in the afterlife. If you read the context of these verses, it shows that the meeting happens now. Of course, there will be the afterlife, but when it talks about liqa Allah, it is talking about now. So in this case, you can clearly see that the reader, he reflects or recites the verses and he's told, bring us a Quran other than this. So then we move on. I mean, please read the verse in full. We don't have time today, but please read the verse in full and read the context and chapter. Now we move on to Surah Fussilat and verses 52 to 54. 52 says, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ say, do you see? In kana min indillah, if kana is this essential revelation is from the nearness with Allah, thumma kafartum bihi, then you reject it. In other words, they know, essentially they know that this is divine, but they conceal it. So that shows that kufr is something with knowledge, because it says thumma kafartum. Hence, they understand that it is essentially in kana min indillah, but they concealed it. See where it is? Okay. Man adalla mimman huwa fi shiqaqin ba'id. Who is more astray than those who are in a very extreme distance or dissociation. So you see, if you understand the essence of this revelation, but you choose to conceal it, say for example the Quran says establish justice even if it's against yourself, and you say, oh, this really affects my bread and butter, so I'm not going to do that. That will put you at an extreme dissociation with Allah. Next verse, my favorite verse. For 20 odd years I love this verse. Chapter 41 verse 53. Sanurihim ayatina. Soon we will show them our signs. Fil afaq wa fil anfusihim. In the horizon and in themselves. Hatta yatabayyana lahum annahu al-haq. Until it is clear to them that it is the truth. Al-haq. By the way, Al-Haq is also one of the names of Allah. أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِي بِرَبِّكَ أَنَّهُ. Is it not enough that your Lord عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٍ, over everything he is a witness. Now رَبِّكَ here is in the second person singular pronoun. So in other words, it's your personal Lord, the reader's Lord. Your experience is not the other person's experience. So awalam yakfi bi rabbika, not rabbikum. So you need to understand that it is your personal science, but these people, they choose not to accept it, even though they understand its essence. Next verse, 54. Ala innahum fi miryah. They are in doubt mimma liqa'i rabbihim, from the meeting with their Lord. So they do not tend to the meeting with their Lord. Allah innahu bi kulli shay'in muhit, and your Lord is over everything surrounding, encompassing. So here we can see that the presence of Allah comes with the correct understanding and application of Quran. So when we apply Quran, when we read Quran, try to apply it. Whatever you know, try to apply it, because your application will bring about a positive state and the presence of the divine. And in doing so, you will take further steps in your journey. So many thanks for watching this video. And I hope tomorrow I can present to you, I think probably on chapter groups or chapter twins. So have a great fast for today.